Hawa. Oh man, Hawa is the vibration, is the sound, is the frequency. We're all, man. The 4329 spiral is the spiral of life, man. The life is above the barrier, the life that exists, the greater light, because the light is the sound. It's the sound that you cannot see. And the sound is the light that you cannot see. And love to the bro Nick Lace is my day one, my homie from Vallejo, Vallejo. Man, shot caller, man. What it do, Nick? He sent me this in the DM. Make sure y'all get at me at 432 the drive. And it's always right on time. The bro always saying it's great recon. And, you know what I mean? He's a constant reconner, wave surfer. Let go, man. Let's get it popping. We're going to get it popping in this Robert Edward Grant. Love to Robert Edward Grant. We're going to talk about some Vortex mathematics as long with this, with another video. So love to the bro EDU is life on IG. All right. So we got a couple little joints right here, man, just to get you through your day, get your mind bone, you know what I'm saying, functioning off the frequency. Because you could be in their frequency trying to figure their shit out and how do I avoid getting their shit? Or you could be in your own frequency, your own flow, and know that with this vibration, with this sound that we're on, they can't touch us. Now, if you're in that panic, oh shit, they can lower your frequency enough to touch you. They're trying to get you low enough to touch you, my naga, because in your flow, in your frequency, in your sound, in your vibration, they can't even touch you. They can't see you. They can't hear you. They can't smell you. You come from the greater light. The light is the sound. And what sound is your music in? I mean, hit us up, man, about our drop tuner. We got a $5 a month package, man. It only costs $5 a month to get 50 songs tuned up. So if you got your MP3s, your favorite tunes you want to play around the house, hit us up, you know what I'm saying? And learn more about that. Music at 432thedrop.com. If you want to help us build our land, right now we're in the sound and the vibration and the frequency of building, right? I mean, while everything's standing still, we say we might as well start to build in real time. So if you want to help us, in that endeavor, you know what I mean, you got anything to offer to, increase for the tribe, man, hit us up. Choose up at 432thedrop.com. Choose up at 432thedrop.com. We're talking Choose Up Village. And or just get at me here, man. Let me know what's good. Because the frequency of building is what we're on. That 9 spiral is always building. You're the master builder, my naga. It's a lot more to you than what meets their eye. So let's get this, man. Love to the bro Nick Lace. Fall back.
About 5G. I don't know. What I can tell you is that there's never really been any significant testing, and the 7 years of testing we have done on 5G was not really on biological testing. It wasn't done on humans or on animals. And I watched the Senate subcommittee hearing on that. And, I do a lot of research in the field of biotechnology and in particular DNA and what happens with how you can change and you can edit DNA using sound and light. So there are certain frequencies that candidly we should not use. And that's why there are certain frequencies that cause cancers, in the ultraviolet spectrum in particular. And there are certain frequencies among sound that would also cause us problems. And so you can basically just take those notes.
Yo, so it's a frequency war. This 5G is a frequency. It's a flow, right? I mean, you got different scales of music. You got the Fibonacci sequence of flow. You got the Solfeggio. Hey, man, do what you got to do, man. Just get off that 440. And with the 432, man, we're trying to connect to the dodecahedron. We're trying to connect. We are connecting to the Platonic solids directly based on the actual pitch, man. So you could be in the 432 scale and you can tune directly to the, isosahedron, man, the hexahedron, the dodecahedron, the ether, which are all the elements, the air, the fire. I mean, you're talking about controlling sound and controlling the elements through vibration. Why is it so important to get you off your flow? Because in your flow, you connect directly with the dragon, the elements, the air, the water, the fire, the earth, the ether. This is real talk, man, real spill. You're connecting to life. You have an ancient love song. That's a frequency. Not all frequencies are for you, my noggin. So choose up. Let's go.
Down to the lower octaves to figure out what they would be in sound. Light is the sound that we, is the sound that we cannot hear, and sound is the light that we can't see. And I think there's a lesson to be learned here for all of humanity. But I think the biggest lesson of all, and the biggest opportunity of all, is for us to learn to like who we are rather than the fake personas that we all create for ourselves. And if you have people in your life that don't like you for who you are or expect you to change, they're probably not the right people in your life. So this is a real chance to take inventory.
Tribe up.
To figure out what it is you want in your life, and create the existence around you that you want.
Tribe up.
The 440 hertz frequency, someone just asked about that, was not a standard until 1939, and it was put in place by the Rockefellers, the Rockefellers had a lot of control at that time, and there was an international standard that was made in 1939. Some believe that there was some connection to the Nazi regime over that. I don't know that I can go that far to say that. But if you want to listen to the difference between 432 hertz music and 440 hertz music, I highly suggest and recommend you to do so, because you can find it on the internet. Just go to YouTube and find 432 music versus 440. Just do a search word on that, and you'll find.
Or you can hit up 432 to drop. Go search compare 432. There's a category for that, and we're going to get all this stuff popping. We're going to get our website real fluid real soon. You know what I mean? It's all coming to this, really, because now we're in a situation where these are the things that, benefit us more than it even would have if we was just super distracted. Now we want to hear the vibe sweeps. Now we want to see these comparisons and comparing different songs in 432 and 440, so you can get the flow and know how important it is, especially when you're working out. You know what I mean? So, we got a whole flow, man, that we're pushing out right now. And it's all happening. It's all happening, man. So hit up 432thedrop.com and look forward, man. It's about to be a wave tsunami happening at 432, because eventually that's where we're going to be at permanently. So we got a lot of, great upgrades and things happening over there, man. So Ahab, for your patience. And this is our time, my nugget.
And I think it's a Dutch or Danish guy who plays guitar in both keys. And it's pretty amazing how the difference for me is it's slight, but it's noticeable. And what is very noticeable about it is there's a greater etheric quality of the music. But beyond that, from a geometrical sense, the geometry is clearly pointing us towards 432 tuning, because you don't get perfect closed geometries with the other kinds of tuning mechanisms. So, for example.
So when you talk 432 and you compare it to any other frequencies, whatever, it's like, it's about the sacred geometry, and he's going to break it down to the Platonic solids, and we can go further into the elements. And now we're talking about the spiral 9, man. 9 up.
If I drew here, 432. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and try to show you this. Okay, and hopefully we can get the people on Facebook to be able to see this also. Okay, so 432 tuning is, let's add these up. So 4 plus 3 plus 2 equals 9. Okay, now if I were to draw a triangle is 180 degrees. A square is 360 degrees. Okay, then we're going to draw a pentagon, which is 540 degrees. And then a hexagon, which is what we've been doing all of our work off of the last couple of days, 720 degrees. And I could keep going with an octagon and everything, right? Well, an octagon is going to be 1080 degrees. A heptagon, so that's octagon. Heptagon, which is 7 gone, equals 900 degrees. Now notice all of these numbers always sum to 9. So 180 equals 9, 360 equals 9, 540 equals 9, 5 plus 4 plus 0 equals 9, 3 plus 6 plus 0 equals 9, 7 plus 2 equals 9, heptagon 9, octagon 9, and then it continues to go that way forever without exception. And when you convert that into Hertz frequency, the only way to get perfectly closed geometries in Hertz frequency is also by going with 9-bass music. So 9-bass tuning.
And 9-bass tuning is the noon, right? So write N-I-N-E. Remember, the vowels don't even exist. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, the noon is the noon. The 9 is the noon, the seed of noon, right? The Joshua seed of noon. We're talking energy frequency. We're talking the presta flow. The noon is the seed, man, the continuing seed, the air, the royal seed, the regal naga, the Negro, the African American. That's you. You're the 9. You are the 9. If the whole world was a tree, all the people were just on one tree. They all want to be grafted to our tree, Khan. At the bottom, where the roots are in the tree, will all be the number 9. And that's you. You're the root. You're the original. Let's go.
So when you start with 432 tuning, 1 octave below that would be, and this is an A note, right? And when we do this in geometry sense, it's creating another overlay geometry on this, which is a circle. So this 432 is also equaling 360 degrees. So this is a conversion, right? So then the next note would be A sharp, and that goes up to 450. Again, adding up to 9. So this is Hertz. All these are Hertz. So then you've got, right, a B, because A sharp is the same as B flat, and that comes out to 468 Hertz. So now we're basically, this is all what's called just tuning. So it's not equally tempered yet. You can make small adjustments using the Pythagorean comma and pi over 3 to make the conversion so that this has very slight variations to get it into perfect tuning standard, a very viable tuning standard. And then C becomes 504 Hertz. So you have kind of a gap right in here, right? Because you shifted polarity. And what this is creating is it's creating a square. It's kind of like a diamond when you put it in the circle. But, you know, whether you tune to C or you tune to A, you're basically getting a square and a circle.
Any questions? Circle to square. Square to circle. This is all numbers, my naga. This is all sound. This is all frequency. This is light. Light is the sound you can't hear. Sound is the light you can't see. Light is the sound you can't hear. Sound is the light you can't see. Circle the square. Square the circle. Whether you're in A or C. Con.
Relationship. The C sharp becomes 540 Hertz. Again, always adding to 9. And then D equals 576 Hertz, which is also 24 squared, by the way. So that's 24 squared. And then you have D sharp, which is the same as E flat. And each of these notes just keeps going up until you finally get up to the next A, which is 864. And by the way, that 864 is the diameter of the sun in miles.
Of course, you got to dodge your own hijack because they think the sun is super duper duper huge. And remember, the math goes both ways. Thoth made it so. That's the duality, is that you can use the numbers both ways. They work on both models. They work on both scales. whether you scale the sun to be only a few thousand miles away and around 30 something, miles in diameter according to the book of Enoch, or you do it this way with the 864,000 miles in diameter and this and that. You know what I mean? The numbers are going to work the same way, the way they base their model. That's just the inversion of it. That's the trickery. That's the matrix. It's the inverting of you, your reality. But this 864 hertz is very important because it's double 432. 432 plus 432 is 864. That's a higher octave. So if we're tuned to 432, that gets us outside of the barrier, right? That's 432. All you got to do is double that. That's how the scale works. That's how the flow goes to get to a higher heaven, a higher octave. And you double 864, you're at 1728. Bang, bang, all the way up. You know what I mean? So, you keep doubling, you're in higher heavens, higher octaves. But let's go, man. Dodge your own damn hydrogen.
164,000 miles. Now, how in the heck did they know this? It also happens to be 86,400 is the number of seconds in one day. So, you look at the icosahedron, the same is true with the dodecahedron, which is 6480 sum of angles. The dodecahedron, so dodeca.
All right, now we're talking Platonic solids, which means now we're talking elements. Each Platonic solid equals an element. The dodecahedron equals the ether. You can't even say that in some cultures. They want to chop you up because you're not supposed to talk about it. Now, that's when you start being the last avatar, the avatar. That's when you get your Dracon flow. It's when you can connect the frequency, the sound, when you can connect your vibration directly to the elements. My naga, bang.
Equals 6480. You've got icosahedron, which equals 3600. Now, all these adding up to 9 again, right? You've got a tetrahedron, right? The tetrahedron is adding up to 720 degrees. These are all in degrees. And then you have a cube, which is 2160. Right? That's the number of years in one aeon, 2,160 years. It also happens to be the nautical mile measurement for the circumference of the Earth, 21,600 nautical miles. And by the way, the speed of light in nautical miles per second is the same as the phi number, 161,800 is nautical miles for light speed. Look it up. So that's 1618, right? It's the same as phi. Now we get stuck because people aren't looking at where the decimals are, or they're paying way too much attention to them, rather. And as soon as you go away from that, then you can start to see how all of this is patterned, like without a doubt patterned. You got an octahedron here, which is 1440. Now, each of these are musical notes. If I were just to make direct conversions, right, 1440 would be an F sharp in 432 tuning. 2160 is a C sharp in 432 tuning.
Here you go. He's giving you all the game. All the rap for the awakened Naga, man. For the awakened Dracon, for the awakened, powwow. The power, the original power. These musical notes are tuned to Platonic solids, which are tuned to elemental powers, all right? Primal elements, air, water, fire. These elements are the Platonic solids, are the crystals, right? Are the sound, which takes you to what key are you in, and then now okay, whether you are in that, F sharp or that C sharp or whatever the case is, now you can tune into the elements. However, you need to be on the right scale or the right flow. You got to be in that 432 or that 9 base, noon base tuning. to unlock, how to control the elements. Now, you don't need a musical instrument per se, because just like you can use your voice as an instrument, my nugget, huh? You are the instrument. Instruments are you. So if you are the instrument, and if you are singing or chanting in these particular, musical keys, in the correct musical flow, in the noon bass, then you are tuned in directly to the Platonic solids. You are tuned in directly to the elements. My naga. Let go.
The tetrahedron in 720 is again the F sharp. The icosahedron is going to be an, so you got to basically take 360. So that's again an F sharp. And you've got a dodecahedron, which is 648. So that's going to be 324. That is a, gosh, off the top of my head, what note is that? 324. Let's see. 324, 648. It's going to be, I can't remember right now off the top of my head, but it's a note in the same 432 tuning. And, this is why you want to move towards closed geometries. So we've got some questions here. The face of a cube has 9 areas, but never more than 6 dots showing. Even when the cube shows one dot, there is 8 voids. Subtle trace of a common foundation to reality itself. Cool stuff. Will this be available to watch later? Yes, it will. Yeah, again, there's another point someone's making about, 1440, which is the same as the octahedron, times 5 equals 7920, which is the diameter of the Earth in miles. And these are all chords. This is exactly what Kepler and Newton and everybody basically had said, that everything is about how we perceive, I guess, how we look at the imperial measurement system, which is fundamental to both two-dimensional Euclidean geometry and three-dimensional cubic and spherical geometry. And it's fundamental ratios, and I'll spend some time talking about that. I've done lots of posts on it already, but fundamental ratios that are inherent to nature, and the mile is fundamental to that. So be happy to expand on that.
And, just right quick, as I go into some of this Vortex math, again, you can go check out Robert Edward Grant, get some more of this. We're going to get this great drop from the bro EDU is life on the Vortex math. I think we're uncovering some things. When they keep saying diameter of the Earth, it just gets you thinking, like, is that just the length of the Earth pond? You know what I mean? From here to here, this Earth pond is this long. We'll call it diameter, but they, got you thinking it's a ball situation. This is from this point around the ball to that point around the ball. You know what I'm saying? But is it just the length of the Earth plane? You know what I mean? Is that how these numbers are correlating? You know what I'm saying? This try right here, though, man. From No or Know How. Check out Know How. Love to the bro EDU is life. And so, take that sacred geometry flow and let's mesh it, with what we're getting right here and see if we can pull anything else out of this investigation of yourself, because everything I'm showing you is you. Let's go. We got some hijacks to we got to dodge some hijacks.
As a professional services company, it's important to deliver projects.
My bad. My beezy. All right, let's go. I should have already dodged that hijack for you. You know what I'm saying? So, my bad, man. Geometry.
In the past few months, I figured out that the more we study vortex-based mathematics, the golden ratio, geometry, and the Fibonacci sequence, the more we believe that there's a creator. And because of that, I think there's a high possibility that we might be living in a computer simulation.
Uh-oh.
Scientists for a long time have used mathematics to describe the physical properties of the universe. But what if the universe itself is math? That's what cosmologist Max Tegmark believes.
I think that the consciousness is the way information feels when being processed in certain complex ways. The way the information feels. Okay.
Dr. Max Tegmark is a Swedish-American physicist, cosmologist, and professor at MIT. He is the author of Our Mathematical Universe and Life 3.0. In Tegmark's view, everything in the universe, humans included, is part of a mathematical structure. All matter is made up of particles, which have properties such as charge and spin, but he says that these properties are purely mathematical. And space itself also has properties such as dimensions, but it's ultimately a mathematical structure. In our previous video regarding vortex math, we stated that the numbers 3, 6, and 9 are the highest energy that govern the universe.
Remember what Tesla said, if you wanna understand, if you wanna, comprehend the secrets of the universe. If you wanna comprehend the secrets of the universe, you gotta comprehend the numbers 3, 6, and 9, man. She just said it's the highest what? Let's go again.
Previous video regarding vortex math, we stated that the numbers 3, 6, and 9 are the highest energy that govern the universe.
The highest energy. So that would be, direct to the throne room of the Creator. Now, when you talk to Seraph, the highest order of dragons, Isaiah 6, six-winged dragons singing praise, Hawa, Hawa, all day long. They just singing praise to the Creator. They're guarding the throne. Highest energies that govern the universe, they say. Let's go.
It's a mathematical pattern that keeps the world in order. And now, let's find out where we can see those numbers in our own reality of life and existence. Let's begin with frequencies. Frequency is the number of occurrences of a repeating event per unit of time. It is also referred to as temporal frequency, which emphasizes the contrast to spatial frequency and angular frequency. We've done a lot of research about this, and we found out that the powerful frequencies that raise your vibration are 432 Hz and 528 Hz. A scientific study showed that 432 Hz reduces anxiety, lowers blood pressure and heart rate. It encourages synchronicity between both hemispheres of the brain, increasing creativity, insight, and intuition. 528 Hz, sometimes called the DNA repair frequency, is the bioenergy of health and longevity. It is the harmonic vibration that lifts the heart. This frequency is the miracle note of the original Solfeggio musical scale. 432 Hz and 528 Hz are fundamental to sacred geometry and vortex maths. 4 plus 3 is equal to 7. 7 plus 2 is equal to 9. 5 plus 2 is 7. Plus 8 is equal to 15. Then plus 1 plus 5 is 6. Way back in the 11th century, a Benedictine monk named Guido de Azzero introduced a musical scale that we now know as the Solfeggio frequencies. As you can see, if we add those numbers, they all reduce back to 3, 6, and 9. The ancient Solfeggio scale, known as just intonation, is best recognized for its use in the soothing Gregorian chants, considered by many musicologists and scientists to have a positive effect on the mind and body. Let's find more evidence as to why Nikola Tesla said that 3, 6, and 9 are the keys to a universe.
The keys. Three 6 9 has the highest frequency and vibration that govern the physical world at the quantum level. Now you gotta, meditate on that, man. Like the movie, The Matrix, everything's all these numbers, these numbers govern the physical world. This reality is governed by these numbers. That's why the gematria is very important, when you deal with the Hebrew, the Paleo, man, and you just know that all this breaks down to numbers, codes, it's the language itself is a code, it's a sound, it's a frequency. That's why every, Hebrew letter, phrase, paragraph, whatever, it all comes down to root numbers, that, are themselves connected to a sound, to a frequency, that governs the physical world. At the quantum level, that means, it's consciousness, it's all that. And if they fuck with our, mathematics, they change times and laws on us. They got us in 440 all day, all night, off the radio and the TV. Everything's coming in this disharmonic, separated frequency that causes issues of dis-ease that's been going on. Research the International Standards Organization, research the British Standard Institute. This is all popping off, like the previous video said, in the 39, 30s, 40s. Then it became a standardized situation where they standardized all musical harmonics coming out of the radio or anything, TV. They standardized it to A equals 440. That's why I stay right there with that A, that Aleph, so I know where they're going. That's where we start, right there at that 9. Now you can go into, that was some great drop on the Solfeggio. So that itself is definitely harmonic. I'm saying? It's just a matter of us having our ancient love song, our ancient flow, starting in the spiral, starting right there. You know what I'm saying? Solfeggio can get us there. But we know with this Fibonacci that we're starting right there. We're starting at that mark. We're starting right there in the heart of the spiral. And we're starting with that A. So the Solfeggio 528 is, again, C equals 528, which is A equals 444. So we start with the A432. They're starting with the A444. 444, is halfway closer to the 440, than the 432. So I just break it down as that simple dynamic right there, to where I could say I want to be as far away from the 440 because they're in 440 for a reason. You know what I'm saying? Yet we could still have harmonics halfway up, but we can, still keep going. It's a beautiful thing, man. No matter, man, as long as you're conscious and you're, really conscious, you know what I'm saying? You got your priestly flow, you got the right intentions behind it. When you get it down and you break it down to the quantum level, these numbers 3, 6, and 9 have this highest vibration, this highest frequency. And this is what's governing everything that we are seeing and touching and whatever we consider real on the highest level. So is there multiple, levels? You know what I'm saying? If one reality is governed in 3, 6, 9, are all realities governed in 3, 6, 9? Do they need to hijack the 3, 6, 9 so that they can build their own reality? Let's get this dismount. We're just surfing away. Come. Oh, wow, you're just talking the breath. Like I said, Thoth inverted your mathematics to work on his model too. So that's a very interesting point. Maybe they do need, because you're seeing that they're hijacking the 9 in real time for their fake gravity and fake space. Because that's going to even work out when they say, oh, the sun is 64 billion miles away. And it's going to add up to the 9 too. So they do hijack the 9 to build their own reality. But is it even real? It's just an illusion. So they've inverted the 9 into their own illusion. And we're all in it. This is the virtual reality illusion of the 9. Imagine getting fully spiraled into the reality of the 9 of the noon. I mean, looky. They hijack the highest frequencies that govern the physical reality. They said in Freemasons, the letter G stands for God, the creator, but also geometry, a powerful symbol that helps unravel the mysteries and wonders of nature, which is the mathematical science upon which architecture and masonry were founded, because they know that it's all about governing your reality and having the drop on governing the physical world, man. They're trying to rule the physical world. That's why they hijacked the cube, because it represents the earth. Dodecahedron, Platonic silence. The number 3 degree or third is the highest degree that you will find in the Blue Lodge, but in Scottish Rite Freemasonry, the honorary highest degree of the Supreme Council is 33rd degree, which is 3 plus 3, 6, or 3 times 3, 9, which is the power of creation of the creator of all of truth. So they hijack your highest vibrations. They hijack the numbers in order to govern their own physical world that we're living in. I mean, man, the hijack is real. Hijack is always on. Hijack is never late. Because the indigenous truth is always on time, man. And the Templar told us that, man. Hijack is never late, man. Number is within all things, man. So, yeah, we just got some good drop, man. Love to E to you is life. Love again to Know How as well as this great drop by Robert Edward Grant, dropped on us by Nick Laces, man. And, you put it together in real time, you start to see, okay, whatever is happening is the illusion. Whatever we're in is the illusion. Now you can learn to control it because you can, use those governing frequencies, those energies that are the reality. You know what I'm saying? That reality will always overcome and overbear this hijacked city. You know what I mean? Right now we're getting our eyes, awakened, opened up. No matter what happens, no matter if they go back to normal, no matter what they decide to do, you know what I'm saying? No matter what they talking about, just know that this has been a plan. This is a play. This is a theater. And this is their, governing of their own physical reality, that we're all stuck in this light code frequency lockdown, like the good brother Dr. Phil Valentine be breaking down, you know what I'm saying? Love to the bro. And that's all we say. So stay aware, stay alert, you know what I mean? Do your recon in real time. We got some drop coming up on this next. We're going to get into that as well as the this letter again. I'm gonna read this letter, man, from top to bottom for those that didn't get it before. This Pope Francis situation back in 2014, man. It's very interesting stuff, and I think it's very relative and very relevant. There's also some great drop right here by Bibliotheca Pleiades, something like that, on this FEMA situation and some of these camps and that's been getting set up, these areas, you know what I mean? So we're gonna get on that too. I just wanted to take a break to let you know that you are the vibe, man, that you are the flow, that it's all happening, man. But at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying, we continue to quam. We know that these numbers are us. We represent the truth. You know what I'm saying? Drop Nation represents the truth, man. Hey man, hold up, man. Since we on IG, make a nice diss, man. Oh man, yeah, get on the IG, man. Some of this I can't play on YouTube, man, but get on IG, man. We just surfing the wave, man. Again, get at us, choose up at 432thedrop.com. You know what I mean? And we got, truly Baruch, love to the Hakan Harmonics, love to AD, the Truth Seeker, love to all the tribe that's touchdown and just, broke bread and just lit a fire, Showed, hey, what it do, Priest, what it do, man, Kyron, what it do, CJ. Hey, this is all happening. This is a real flow, a real vibe that would never go away. This is a plot, that we were able to, secure a couple years ago. And now, more than ever, it's time to put our energy that would be normally in the cities and our jobs and our things into, choose up village, So we need resources, we need finances, we need all these things to get, shelter on this land and to tap in to our water sources and, all these things. So, just show the love, man. Love to KB, the Hijacking Cezanne. Yeah, we're just sitting there, man. Just looking around at the landscape, man. Dipping around, man, on the dirt trails, man, seeing what it do. Love to brother nature. You dig? The bro came ready. It's all happening. Hey, the Hakan, make sure we stayed on track. When the tracks popped off, the Hakan, make sure we stayed on track. Love to AD, the Truth Seeker. It's all happening, man. We're just talking about choose up village, the C, the U, the V. We are the keepers of the cove, man. And let's go ahead and get it, man. So Ahab to the real ones, Ahab to the tribe. This is our destination. This is our journey. All praise our creator, Baruch, our families, wherever we are. Allow us to see and feel in the highest vibration possible. And let's continue, man, to overcome any barriers in between us, to get over any barriers we got, and tribe up in real time, man, in battle time, you dig? Allahu to the real ones, man. Allahu across the plain. All praise our creator. We just surfing the wave. Drop Nation.